everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're going to try and do a bit of reseeding and leveling and whatnot. Lads are busy here at the telly. It's going to be like a new telly when this is all done to it. New kingpins, tyres, bearings, bushings, engine mountings. Yeah, serious overhaul. We're just here in the veneery. We're going to head down the bottoms to where we were bringing the clay down to off the site of the shop, and we're going to get it leveled. Try and make a start at trying to get it reseeded. I know, so in time. Now wait till you see the field. I sprayed it off about 3-4 weeks ago now. It's gone a bit on the green side. The reason why it hasn't been done yet, and the simple reason is we got the demo fixed. The demo got fixed to do that job, but instead of going down and doing that job with the demo after getting it fixed, Father Phil decided he wanted to go tidy up a bit of fencing and do a bit of digging on the new farm first, and then go to my berry seeding, as always. And as he likes to say, then the demo got a puncture. The track came off, and the track come off because the sprocket is worn and the sprocket and chain needs to be replaced. Like what we done at the other half of the digger when we brought it back out of the bog where it's at for quite some time. That delayed me 2 of the 3-4 weeks, or maybe a bit longer. Now I've asked the cousin who is a digger to come, and he done the digging for me on the new yard, to come and do the bit of digging I want. It's only about 2 days digging-ish. Digging 2 or 3 shores, clean the drain, and there's a brow of clay where the drain was dug wants to be loaded up and brought out. We're going to go down, level the clay that we added to the field, and move the stones that had picked off the bridge field last year when we reseeded it into the gap. So the plan will be every time we reseed a field, pick the stones, put stones in the gap going into the next field. We on down to the field and we go leveling. We're just at the corner, there's a gap going into the field. So this is the stone that I picked with the stone picker. So it's actually not as clean as I thought it was, as in the sample isn't that terribly clean. There's lots of small stones, but also lots of clay in it. This gap here needs it. So you can see, need a bit here, a bit there. There's a bit in it, kind of in the middle, but there's a hole the far side. That's where the most of it wants to go. This is the field I had sprayed off and is now green. It's annoying me to see it so green, but you can see where my GPS quit working on me. If I get disconnect this, maybe before it gets any stronger, it mightn't be too bad, but we've all them piles of clay out there to level. The next job that has to be done is dig, clean the drain. Then you can see this mound of clay along here. Whenever the drain was dug, the clay was quite literally just lifted and then dropped. I'll probably leave them 2 bits of white torn, but I want to clean that, and I want to take away the clay off this brower. And some of it we might pull back into the field, especially when we get down into the wetter end of it, but the rest of it I want loaded and brought down into the wet. The upper end of this field is dried. All that there is dry to get to there. From there down is wet. That's the field, that's the job at hand. So it's one shore, first one there, maybe a second shore, spur off that first shore, and then one at kind of at the bottom where there's a bit of a filled in drain between, you could say, the upper section of the field, and then there's a lower section of the field. We're going to try and move some of this stone into this hole. Why am I going at it so late in the evening? Well, we just finished our last second cut pit there today. So all that's left now is third cuts. So that's why I was kind of waiting to get this bit of leveling and that done, so I didn't want to be dirtying the wheels and the shovel when we had a couple of jobs lined up to get put out over the last week. We're going to level off clay now. And the clay we brought down, is it enough to really rise it up out of the water or the wetness? Probably not, but I could just make a difference in the wet areas. Maybe a dozer would be the right job, because you could just literally grade it out over it, level the piles out, then get across them with the harrow, and then I'll be able to get across them with the land leveler and just mold it into the land. So we're in the 99 here now, and we're just heading off to the cousin's yard to pick up his dumper, meet him there, and we're heading down the bottoms and start digging. We've had a lot of rain since I done the bit of leveling with the shovel, but we walked it there this morning and it's not too bad. It's not dry enough to start into trying to reseed, harrowing and leveling and all that crack, but it's dry enough, we think, to be able to do the digging and move the clay. We'll be on, and hopefully we get this bit of work done, and yeah, might get it reseeded this year. Now we're on the road with the wee dumper. Cousin's dumper is a dumper. It's better than what we have. The problem with what we have with the grain trailers is, and we've seen them when we're at digging out the base for the new farm shop and car park, was the clay sticks to the bottom of it, and you slowly but surely end up with shag all capacity and have to start scraping out the bottom of the trailer. Whereas it shouldn't, hopefully it won't happen with a proper dump trailer. And also this has wider tyres than what we have. The reason I'm in the biggest tractor we have, one, it wasn't doing anything in the yard, and two, is if we do find wet spots, big tractor, small trailer equals not getting stuck. So the cousin is just coming on behind me to get a lock of diesel for the digger, and he'll be on behind me then in his Moffat and his wee Hitachi. We make a start. So we're out in the field now, just going to do a bit of a recce run empty while the cousin puts on his bucket and kind of gets organised. So as I said before, it's all that stuff along there we're going to take out, and once we get to about there, I'm going to just let him grade the rest of it into the field. It'll leave us with a nice dry brow that side, and then I'll move the rest of it down to that end of the field. But I just want to go for a bit of a recce, see what it's like. We were going to do shores, but I think we're going to leave it off till we have it reseeded, because the issue I have is I have a lot of levelling and harrowing and that to do, and there's not much point filling shores and then doing a heap of tractor work on top of them. For the amount of standing water, it's not bad. We got, like, it's lovely at the minute. If we got a couple of days like this to soak out, nice bit of sun and the breeze, we should be able to get at this. But yeah, that's actually travelling 100%. Anyways, the cousin has started, so we'll see where he wants me to line up to, and yeah, make a start and get ourselves cleaned up and moving clay and try and get this place into fully mobile with a nice reseed in it. On the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th load of clay. So just filling the 7th load. Quite surprised at how much we were getting shifted, and it's quite quick too. We are really shifting. And ground conditions for all the water that's lying there is pretty damn good. Small trailer, big tractor is a good combination when you're looking to plod along, and it's working quite well. We're getting in real into the real wet spots and being able to tip the loads. And I was going to get the cousin to level off kind of from here on, but I don't think I will now, because ground is so good. It'd probably be of more benefit to bring it to the other side where the ground is wetter. This side is generally not too bad. We should have all this clay moved well before dark this evening, maybe even the drain cleaned. So. We'll just plod along in 3D. So just where that clay is there is the spot we want to shore. That'll be one of the wetter spots of the field. But once we pull out of that, then it's not too bad. This is all quite good along here. We might stick a few loads just to the left hand side of the screen. So we're just driving into the wettest spot where it's where I want to put a decent bit of clay. And I'm actually very surprised at how well I'm getting on just driving through it. So just slow down a bit, it's being rough. Just keep going, and we go for the tip. So as you may see there to the left hand side where them rushes aren't cut, that's where there's like an old shuck that's kind of walked in. I don't really know what it was, but it's a place you cannot cross with the tractor to a bit the other side, which I actually remember mowing and baling the other side of it. Really peaky out there, and that would be a bit that would generally flood when the river comes up. So I don't know whether we'll get any clay moved down there. There's not really clay to be moved there. I could try, but I'm not over sure whether I will or I won't. Because getting across that bit of a walked-in shuck or drain or whatever it is, could be a trick above my best. So, another thing I'm quite surprised with, the clay that we're moving, very few stones in it. Very, very few stones. Like really surprising me just how few stones there is in it. So, yeah, just really happy. No, I didn't think we'd get on as well today after all the rain we've had, but we are just literally plodding along. So, we're rooting away here. We have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dumper load of clay moved. But as we go towards the river, the amount of clay is becoming less and less. You can see through my lovely clean windows. The pile is getting less and less and less, right down to where that little old half-dead tree is. And then there's a tiny bit after that, and that's it. Even though the drain would have been more clays dug out down here than is at the top, for some reason there's less of it. And we have a right few piles left out to be levelled. We'll level them with the load and shovel, as we think that's just going to be the most efficient use of time. I can just do it with the load and shovel, and it's happy out. And so I'm going to bring this load down the way, give the cousin a bit of time. He's throwing a bit of stuff out into the field just along where it is now. It's actually a bit wetter than I thought it was going to be. So I'll just go down here. There's a wet spot down here. We'll throw a load into it and we'll... Ooh, tractor's even going down there. It's funny, for all the rain and water that's lying, ground is shocking good. We're also debating about whether we'll land or run the subsoiler down here, whether it'll have any advantage or not after we have it levelled. Just debating about that one now. I think it will. Father Phil isn't sure. What do you think? Because the way this video is probably going to end up, it's going to be getting these piles out, getting them levelled, and then leaving it at that, because it's too wet to start tilling. And if I wait till I'm ready to start tilling, or when I have it tilled, it could run into next year, and that's kind of pointless. Happy out. We'll definitely have it done this evening. We're just down at the bottom corner of the bottom bit. I didn't think I'd actually get into it, but I tipped the load the far side. I just drove across. I got across not too bad. Just have the third load tipped there. I don't think I'm going to tip anymore. So there's a bit to be got that side. I'll draw into that corner. But the reason I'm bringing it to that corner is because it's all holes where the bulls have dug holes into it. And I thought it was the handiest way of getting them holes levelled was a lock of clay or rad. Now the middle of it is very, very soft, very wet. It badly needs some shores put through it, because the issue with that bottom bit is it's like a wee bowl. Because of the way you have the dredging of the river has a solid stone bank along the river, which is lovely to drive on, and then you have it coming up the sides where the drains were dug, and then it's like a bloody saucepan bowl. It will definitely pull some shores through that to put it into the drains out of the centre, just to break that bowl out of it, give it a drain. So I'll draw the rest of this back into the field. I'd say them 3 load, and it might be a load or 2 the other side. At the end of the day, if I get to mud upper half, I'd be quite happy. The bottom half, in the future, we may break it off into a separate paddock along that line where we'll be putting in a pretty big shore. And the same with the upper end, because you'd end up with 2 more calf paddocks that'd be quite a nice size. And with things we might be doing with the shop and that, it may work in our favour to do that. A handful of loads left and we're at the river, and then we have to go back up and just level off around the trees, and that might be a load or two, and then we're into cleaning out the drain. And it's only 3 o'clock. And we started at 12, so, and we had dinner. So I don't think that's too bad a going. More of it's a darker kind of a clay. The clay up at the top is a real nice, light, sandy, clay kind of soil. This is more of a darker, still a bit of sandiness, a bit of a more, I'd say, loamy kind of a soil. Just backing in now, we are basically finished. Well, going down this way. So there's a big lump of bog oak, and there's actually a couple of bits of bog oak down here. But there's one bit down here and an old fallen down hawthorn tree that we're just going to point to the trailer and go bring up. There's a lot of old pallets and bits of timber in a pile up at the top, and I'll bring it up there and then we'll load up all that stuff. And there's some old scrap timber inside the gate going into the bridge, and we'll peg all into there. Since we can't do anything with it, we'll just bring it up there and we'll get a cut or whatever later on in the year. The bit that's left there, the cousin's just going to level off in that area because it's a bit of a hole, and should be grand. Oh, happy out. Onward, maestro. Yeah, just where them nettles are now. That's where there's some old crap. Bits of timber and that fell down off the line into the field that just got cut up and left here, along with a lot of pallets from, I can't even remember what the pallets were there for, but we'll load all that crap up and bring it on up the way after. You know whether to unload this here now or go on with it. Tell you what, I just go on with it. It probably makes more sense. There's a cousin that'll be a few minutes down there digging. I'll go on up with this bit, save having to reload it again, and just load up that stuff after the fact. That's what I'll do. So we're just up at the other end of the field now, where the trees are, just up at the canal, and the ground is substantially harder. But it's turning up a real nice light clay kind of a soil. Got leveled off fairly well around the trees. So I was more or less just to take the mound off next where the wire is, just to try and stop what was happening with the cattle, hopefully getting through it. Happy out, it's working out quite well. Quite well. So that is us done. The cousin is just changing his bucket to the gummy bucket for the drain, and that's it done. Happy out. That's a lot of nice bed clay moved. Be interested to see how much of a difference that makes to the ground. He did mention, oh, you got a hard tire now. He did mention that we will take it from the other side, load it into the dumper, bring it this side. That's what he was talking about. Just because there's a few of the hawthorn, I think it's hawthorn bushes this side, just that they wouldn't be in the way. The other side there's nothing in the way. And we're only doing it up as far as these ash trees. From the ash trees on, it's pretty good because they're there, nothing could get in there. So it's pretty good, but it just wants to be just all rescaped at the other end. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Probably just a lot of vegetation, maybe a bit more this side. But yeah, anyways. So we've started into clean the drain. So it's humming and hand, we're cleaning it out, and what's coming out now at the minute is basically just bulrushes. Not a lot, maybe even a bit side when we get further up. So I'm just drawing it into the middle of this, the wet end of the field down here, because I feel like it's the best chance of getting, because I probably won't get this. If I do somehow happen to get a miracle and get reseeding done, it probably won't be down this bit. If I get the other bit done, it'll be a miracle. Down here, it's just not going to happen. So I might get done next year. So it gives, you know, a year for that stuff to kind of dry out, and then we can ball it into the ground somewhere. It doesn't smell half as bad as I thought it was going to. It smells very clean now, to be fair to it. Pretty miserable at the minute. But we're cleaning the drain out, and we've just got to the bit where the water, the water basically stops. And we're into where the cattle have walked in a bit, and there's a wee bit of soil coming out with each scoop now. Oh, wet it is. I don't think I'm going to get down to level out the piles of clay. So the day, I think I'll leave it to the day I think about going to reseed it is the day I level the piles. It'll give this stuff we're taking out now the most amount of time to dry and just harrow in. The stuff at the bottom needs a bit of rotten. Stuff we're taking out now seems pretty good. It's just that kind of small gummy bucket of soil that's kind of walked in, and then the bit of grass and rushes that's growing on top. So you can see it there. Should do a pretty good job, especially where it's further up where that kind of wet stripe is we want to put ashore. It might do a bit for that bit of ground, so it might. There's actually a big stone he's taking out there now. Quite a big stone. Miserable. I think I'll go dump this wee bit of stuff I have here, maybe. And he's doing a wee bit of scooping. Absolutely. I think I'm going to close my back window. He's just horsing it down. Yeah, that has turned into some miserable evening. And like this morning, it was so nice, like just so nice, and it's just gone to Liv won't be too busy with the sunflowers this evening. Anyways, we're about a third of the way. Actually, we're about halfway up the drain now. So yeah, it's not going to take too much longer to finish it off. About another 20 minutes, and we'll be done and out the gap. So that is us basically done now. I'll show you the lovely sight of the field. From the start of the video to now, it's yeah, it's looking a bit messy. Anyways, so we're finished now. Just want to load up this lock of here and just drop it down to where I'm gathering up the stuff just for composting is the best way of putting it. So it's just bits of timber that were gathered to fall off trees and that into the field. Hopefully it'll load up handy enough, and then I'm going to head on. Cousin is just going to go down and just give it a bit of a bit more of a tidying on the thing. If he has to take it out, he's just going to grade it off, but the main one was just clean the bulk of it out. I'm just going to go back and finish it. I'm going to go on, leave this trailer back and go on and do something else. So yeah, anyways, we get this stuff loaded up, and that's really it for today's video. What do you think? What is our chances? Currently looking at it, very, very slim at getting this done in the next 4 weeks. Very, very slim. And I know the big thing is people will say, well, should I have it done by now? And I would, but yeah, you know why. I already said it at the start of the video. But look, let me know what you think. What do you think I'll be lucky and get it done, or do you think I am pushing against the wind in trying to get this done? Oh, we're after sticking something there. And yeah, let me know in the comments. I live in optimism, so I do, because you have to be optimistic at this game, otherwise it'd do your head in. Well, timber going in. So yeah, anyways, look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday. It'd probably be better if I put this here. You might see a bit of digging going on behind me. No, I'm in the way. So anyways, videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Please like and subscribe to the channel. That is it from me. Good luck.